On behalf of the Economics Committee he heads, Erion Brace introduced 9 separate amendment proposals for the 2019 budget during today's parliamentary session, of which only 2 have been accepted. As the Territorial Defence Inspectorate arrived in Shkoza today, residents did decide to vacate their residence, although they did so while protesting with the demand that their dwellings not be demolished. Minister Dutmir Bushati announced that EU negotiations for Albania will be as per the Croatian process, while expressing his disappointment at the lack of engagement in the process by the municipalities. Good evening, it's 6 o'clock on Monday the 3rd of December 2018. Welcome to the English edition of Aura News. My name is Alexandra and I'm here to bring you the day's top stories from across the country translated into English. The Albanian Parliament voted today on the budget for 2019 as well as the new fiscal package. The session started at around 11 a.m. despite the opposition choosing to continue with their parliamentary boycott. The majority rejected all the amendments proposed by the chair of the Economics Committee, Erion Brace. The process of approving the fiscal package proved to be a tiring process for the government, and debates during the parliamentary session were certainly not lacking. A particularly tense atmosphere could be noted as Erion Brace raised the proposals of the Economics Commission. The head of the Commission continued to express their priority on increasing facilities for low-wage earners. The Economics Commission's proposals were met with strong opposition by the head of finance, Arben Ahmetai, on the grounds that they posed a significant impact to the state budget. During the discussions relating to the proposals, the debate had to be calmed down by the head of the government, Edi Rama, who reminded the MPs that significant tax reductions for low-wage earners was a government promise which had already been delivered upon. Discussions regarding the gambling tax also arose in today's session, with Erion Brace requesting an increase in the profit tax rate from 15% to 30%. Furthermore, Erion Brace raised a proposal to remove VAT from the sale of books. Of the total 9 amendments proposed by Erion Brace as the head of the Economics Commission, the Parliament decided to accept only 2. In concluding the session, the Prime Minister reiterated that parliamentary debate, even among MPs of the same party, was a normal political process, especially in regards to that which carries the importance of the state budget. The Territorial Defence Inspectorate today launched an action to demolish objects in Shkoza to pave way for the construction of the Outer Ring Road. Although the residents of Shkoza have left their properties, they did so in protest, alongside the demands that their dwellings will not be destroyed. They say that the respective authorities were not accompanied by any official documents to allow for the demolitions. Aura News journalists spoke with one resident who had this to say: "We came out here to protect our rights. We have a very big problem. They should have brought us letters to prove the demolition of our dwellings has been legally approved. We asked for the project to be moved because it was wrong to destroy these houses. The project has been changed several times. We do not want confrontation with anyone. Why do they want to damage us without need? We want compensation or a project deviation." The resident went on to explain the suffering which has been inflicted on their family, adding, "I have 3 kids. I have 2 disabled people in my home and a sick sister. If only you knew how traumatized they are. The psychological harm that has been done, you have no idea. But does Edi Rama have children? If you have children, you have to think about my children as if they were your children. Do not worry about us because we are adults, but for the children, it is a catastrophe," concluded the resident. According to Prime Minister Edi Rama, he will be meeting with his Greek counterpart Alexis Tsipras in the near future. "We will meet soon. I do not know where, be it in Athens or in Tirana, but I do expect that we will meet soon. We are in a process of intense dialogue and discussion on many issues, but never put forth with will and determination to resolve," said Edi Rama. The statement was made by the head of the government during a brief interview with the Greek news agency ANA MPA in Tirana, where the fake news conference is being held. The news of a meeting between the Prime Ministers of Albania and Greece comes at a time when the 2 countries continue negotiations for the establishment of the maritime border. The Greek Prime Minister was scheduled for an official visit to Tirana back in March of this year. However, this meeting was cancelled at the last minute and is yet to have been rescheduled. In the interview for the Greek news agency ANA MPA, the Albanian Prime Minister also expressed readiness to improve bilateral relations. "We are ready to improve this relationship and we are doing this," added Rama. "Sometimes unpleasant things happen, but relations are good now, and most importantly, there is no hostility between the two countries. Greeks love Albania, Albanians love Greece. The rest is just politics," concluded Edi Rama. Currently, Albania is awaiting a response from the European Union as to whether negotiations will be opened in June of next year. And as such, there has been a tireless, round-the-clock effort by the working groups. The Minister for Europe and Foreign Affairs, Ditmir Bushati, said that the negotiation process for our country will be as per the Croatian model, declaring that all the country's institutions must be engaged in the process of integration. Minister Bushati expressed his disappointment in the municipalities across the country. Albania is continuing its ongoing work in the preparatory phase of the screening process for the EU. Meanwhile, the negotiating team is expected to be established, consisting of 7 members. The team will be led by an expert negotiator, although the name of the person who will take on this important responsibility has not yet been made public. $3,549,909 citizens have the right to vote in the upcoming local elections. The first extract of the electoral lists was published by the Ministry of Interior. The total number of voters is made up of 50.5% males and 49.4% females. As per the provisions under the decriminalisation law, 1,264 people have been removed from the electoral roll as they are currently serving prison sentences. A further 1,309 people have been removed from the list after having celebrated their 100th birthdays. Under the framework of the electoral process, the General Directorate of Civil Status has asked all civil registry officers to generate the electoral extract composed of all citizens with a right to vote and aged over 18 years by the 30th of June 2019. The civil registry officers in each municipality and administrative unit have the legal obligation to post the relative electoral roll, inclusive of all voters in their electoral division, by the 4th of December 2018. The extract must be signed by the relative mayor and published in the premises of the municipalities and administrative units. Verification will be performed on the 5th of December 2018 at each of the civil registry offices to determine if the obligations for the publication of the first lists of voters have been met. Extracts with the same criteria will be printed and published periodically according to the requirements under the Electoral Code. The Bank of Albania should stop the operation of buying euros in an attempt to stabilise the exchange rate, as this is not a sustainable measure. This is according to the former Finance Minister Arben Malaj, who states that such a move is not a solution and only serves to negatively affect the spending of foreign exchange reserves. Instead, Arben Malaj suggests a deep study be conducted into the economy to better understand the root causes of the strengthening lek against the euro. Currently, €1 is being exchanged with 124 lek, the lowest rate since June. The euro exchange rate continues to decrease, and as such, the Bank of Albania has been intervening in the currency exchange market since June in an attempt to stabilise the exchange rate after concerns were raised by exporters. Despite the tourist season having closed months ago, one family from Germany is on a rare journey to seek out and discover the real Albania, far from the comfort of seaside hotels or the hustle and bustle of the major cities. Zara and Karsten first became acquainted with our country 10 years ago. With memories lingering for over a decade, they have now returned with their 2 young children to explore and, most of all, to enjoy our country. We came to Albania for the first time 10 years ago, and now we are back. We like Albania because it offers really beautiful natural scenery, said Zara. We like so much to stay in the nature. Coming here out of the tourist season, we have the country for ourselves, added Karsten. Having arrived in Albania over a week ago, they have already visited Tirana and Durrës before heading to Vlora. They are currently located by the sea in the Porto Novo area of Zvernec. We will spend a total of about 4 weeks in Albania. All the people we have met have been good and welcoming people, described Zara. Set on exploring the furthest corners of the country, the family is travelling in a van containing everything they need, including cooking and sleeping facilities. Their guide is a simple map which allows them to decide where and when to stop, with each destination being visited for at least 2 days. "We sleep and cook in this van. We have everything we need here," explains Zara. "We enjoy the beauty of the places we visit. This is the beauty of tourism," reflected Carsten. They say they have no concerns regarding their safety, even though they stay far away from residential areas. Their goal is simply to enjoy their winter journey through Albania. And that's the news across the country today. Thank you for watching our English edition this evening, and be sure to join me again every Monday to Saturday at 6 p.m. for the latest news from Albania. Once again, on behalf of Aura News, thank you and good night.